Good day everyone. For this video, I will be discussing my assignment on FA7, building a time series and a forecasting model. In this video, I'm walking through my time series assignment, analyzing and forecasting Netflix stock prices. We're going to look at 20 years of history and compare a forecasting model, which is the Facebook Prophet, against a CNN model, which is the LSTM. First, we load our essential libraries like Pandas, uh, Plotly for interactive charts, and Prophet. Then next, we go to the loading of the dataset. For the dataset, I use the Netflix stock prices, okay, which has a 5,540 data, okay, from May 2002 up to May 2024. Okay, these are the Netflix historical data. Includes the date, open, high, low, close, adjusted close, and volume. For the date, these are the trading day timestamp, and for open, okay, these are the daily opening price, and for high, these are the daily maximum price, and low is the daily minimum price, close is daily closing price, and for the adjusted close, these are the adjusting closing price odds for corporate actions, stock splits, dividends, and rights offerings. And lastly, for the column volume, these are the total shares traded during the session. Okay, next, for data pre-processing, okay, this part, we change the date to date time. The data points occur at irregular intervals, while are sampled to create equally spaced timestamps, filling any gaps with the last available observation. I always start by checking for missing values and general statistics. Okay, let's move on to the next, which is the data visualization and exploratory data analysis. First is I plotted the closing price across the entire timeline. You can see the explosive growth starting around this part, which is year 2013. Followed by some extreme volatility in the last few years. This helps us identify the regions of the stock as lift. Visualization is the decomposition plot. It shows that the observed price increases over time, but with noticeable fluctuations. And the trend component clearly indicates a strong long-term upward movement, confirming that the price growth is driven mainly by an underlying upward trend. The seasonal component shows repeating short-term patterns, suggesting a regular cyclical behavior in the data. Finally, the residual component captures irregular movements and noise, with larger fluctuations appearing in later periods, indicating increased volatility that is not explained by the trend or seasonality. For the next part of the assignment, the modeling and the evaluation phase, we will train and forecast using both Prophet and LSTM models and compare their performances later. First, we load the essential libraries for evaluation and for the training of the model like MAE and the RMSE. For the model, we use the profit. Okay. Then we split the data into 80% training, then 20% for testing. Then we rename the columns for profit compatibility. Next is we initialize profit with default settings. Then we name the model as a model 1. Okay, then after that we train it on historical data. Then we created the future dates for prediction. Then we generate predictions. This part will return the data frame with predictions. Then we extract only the test period predictions. Then after that we compared prediction with the actual test data. Okay. Then for the evaluation, we use the MAE and RMSE. Next step is the display of the result and visualization. Okay, as you can see, this is the MAE and RMSE. Okay. And the visualization of the forecast. Okay. The blue line, okay, this is the train data. Okay. Then the orange line is the actual test data, and the green one is the predictions. Okay. For the interpretation of the result, the forecasting plot shows that the profit model generally captures the upward direction of the price during the test period, as the predicted values follow the overall increasing trend. However, the predictions are smoother than the actual test data, and tend to slightly overestimate prices at several points. The model achieved a mean absolute error of 95.82 and a root mean squared error, or RMSE, of 110.77, which indicates that on average the predictions differ from the actual prices about 96 units, with larger errors being more heavily penalized by the RMSE. Overall, the model performs reasonably well in identifying the trend, but is less accurate in capturing short-term fluctuations and sudden price changes. For the second model, which is the LSTM, first we imported essential libraries from scikit-learn and Keras. Then we perform data scaling, which is critical for LSTM. Scaling improves convergence. Then we created the sequence. This is the core of the time series for LSTM. Then we perform the data splitting, which is we split the data into train and test set. 80% for train and 20% for test set. Okay. We also reshape the data for the LSTM model. Okay, next, we created the model, or the LSTM model. We named it as model 2. Okay, the LSTM model consists of a first layer of LSTM, a dropout layer, a second layer of LSTM, and a dropout layer. Then we also included here the compilation. Then we trained the model using the fit function. For the configuration, we set it with the 20 epochs, a batch size is equal to 32, then the validation split is equal to 0.2. Okay. As you can see in the a result of the training, the loss continuously decreasing, as you can see in this graph. Using the trained LSTM model, we perform predictions. Then after performing predictions, we evaluate the trained model in this part. Then we created a visualization or to display the output. This is the result of the forecast. The LSTM result showed that the model's prediction closely followed the actual prices during the test period, indicating a strong predictive performance. The model achieved a mean absolute error of 13.09 and a root mean squared error of 17.95, which are relatively low compared to the price range, showing that prediction errors are small on average. Visually, the predicted values align well with the actual test data, as you can see, capturing the upward trend and short-term fluctuations more effectively than simpler models. Overall, this suggests that the LSTM model provides accurate and reliable forecast for the given time series. For the comparison of Prophet and LSTM model compared to the first model, which is the Prophet, the LSTM model performs significantly better. The Prophet model produced a MAI of 95.83 and an RMSE of 110.78, indicating large average prediction errors and difficulty in capturing short-term price movements. In contrast, the LSTM model achieved a much lower MAE of 13.09 and RMSE of 17.95, showing that its predictions are far closer to the actual values. Usually, the profit forecasts are smoother and tend to overestimate the price, while the LSTM predictions closely track the real price movements and adapt better to fluctuations. Overall, the LSTM model demonstrates a superior accuracy and is more suitable for this time series forecasting task. For the last part, we perform forecasting using the trained LSTM beyond the or after the last date of the test data, which is May 24, 2024. We perform forecasting until December 31, 2024. For the result, let me show you the result. This is the result. In the chart, we included the 120 days historical data, which is the blue one. Then the 157-day forecast. For the interpretation, the blue line shows Netflix historical stock prices over the last 120 days in the dataset, which went up and down but ended strong at around $646.75 on May 24, 2024, the last date of the test set. From that point on, the forecast suggests the price may slowly go down, starting near $628.81 and reaching about $520.58 by the end of 2024. Overall, this means that even though Netflix has been performing well recently, the model expects the price to cool off and gradually decline in coming months. That ends my discussion.